Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lock Pod. I did a fake swing.
Yeah,
there.
double. Like that.
They didn't hear it.
Like,
Let's just act like it didn't
all right,
happen.
start.
Act
Take
like
two.
All right, ready?
Oh, did it already happen?
Welcome to Lock Pod, everybody. Season 10, episode 14. It's on 10/24/23. It's the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast.
And our episode
We're in.
sponsor is
Cantrell and Cantrell.
Dick
When you-
Wybrow.
Dick Wybrow is your guest. That's a cool name. Cantrell and Cantrell is our episode
You weren't saying
sponsor.
that 5 minutes ago.
When you're facing legal challenges or injuries, they're here to guide you through the process. Their dedicated team is in court and at jail every day, ready to fight for your rights. Call John or Chris and Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW. That's 219-554-4529.
They'll fight for your right to party.
That's right.
They will.
Cantrell and Cantrell, our our episode sponsor.
What's with the dress up day for you today?
I don't know if you pay attention to what's going on in the world, Kevin.
Wait.
Kevin doesn't notice anything.
I know. Lindsay, you knew as soon as I walked in with a suit and tie what was up, right?
She was being
Yeah,
sarcastic.
I definitely saw you when
How
you
well does my
entered.
daughter know me? Let me just ask her.
Very well.
Why am I wearing...
I sometimes think you're the same person.
Okay, Liz,
That
why am I
I-
wearing a tie today? Let's see how well you know.
Lindsay just
Before
threw
you
her
answer
mouth.
that, can I? This kind of goes into it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We've been on air for 1 minute, and we already have like the best chat line of the day.
Nice.
Bring it.
Paul Zawada says, "Good expletive morning!" Exclamation mark.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
what, Lindsay, why am I wearing a suit?
Because Dad is embarrassed.
Why is
Oh.
that? Why is that?
Because they put his stupid tie-dye shirt on.
Is that Black
Times.
Power?
She's
or what
a
are you
good
raising
daughter,
her for?
isn't she? Is she a good daughter? Look at that. That is a young lady that knows her dad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
man.
job, Linz.
You know, he walked into the John Mayer concert last week with his Dead final tour tie-dye shirt, and everyone's wearing like nice clothes and stuff,
Everybody.
and he's
I was
looking
the
like
only
he's there
asshole.
to like party.
Who
And
goes to a
everyone's like-
freaking John Mayer
It's an
concert with
acoustic
no...
set.
So
It's
did
like
you-
Everybody was
chill
dressed
and
up super nice,
fancy.
and I'm the only one in the
Dad
whole
walked in
fucking
in
place with
jorts and freaking tie-dye shirt.
jorts. What are jorts?
What are jorts?
Those
I
are
was the
jean
only
shorts.
one. I was the only one.
You had jean shorts.
I did not have jorts on.
He was wearing khaki.
Don't be spreading shit about me.
He
on
was
there.
wearing
Like, people
khaki
vote for me. I get
shorts.
I do not wear jorts, Lindsay.
No, he was
That'd have
wearing
been
his
awesome.
cargo shorts.
I was not wearing shorts at all. I was wearing my Lululemon.
All right,
Very
there you
nice.
go.
Tights,
Lululemon.
yoga
Along with
pants.
my-
With the
His
dead
yoga
shirt.
pants.
With a dead shirt. I thought, who the fuck doesn't wear a dead shirt to a John Mayer concert?
Many
by the way?
people, almost everyone.
I agree. I found it out, but I did not think because I go to dead
Then you wore
shows.
that same dead shirt on the show.
It's true.
Oh,
Is it
all right.
illegal?
No.
Is it illegal?
I'm just saying.
Dad, I don't
You're
think-
bringing the casual here, which is your usual.
Not
dress.
today.
Not
I'm
today,
here.
man.
I'm-
You're
Yeah,
you're dressed
take a
for
picture of me
success.
now. Come on, Dan Carton, look at me. Come on, put it on the front page.
But I mean,
I got a suit on.
You're on video every day, so you have to understand that people may take a picture of that.
But Daddy,
Well, I don't like it.
I don't think you should be embarrassed
I
about
don't
who
like
you
it.
are truly on the inside.
Well,
If
like
you
on the
want to
Lock
wear
Pod-
tie dye
That's
and
right. Thank
your
you.
cargo shorts, then I say do it.
I totally
Especially
agree with
on
you.
Lock Pod.
I
Lock
totally
Pod.
agree with you.
This is like
that's
a
why I
dinner.
was like, you walk in, I'm like,
No, that's
what's
it.
going on?
From
don't
now on,
be
this is
don't
how
let
I
them
roll.
embarrass you.
The friggin' Times wants to use my picture on the front page. I'm going to start dressing in full suit.
There
every
are
time I
not
come
many
to Lock Pod.
episodes
Don't
where
let them
I'm
make you
less
feel
dressed
bad.
than you
I know.
are.
You are a slacker.
I am the
Look at me.
casual guy today.
I'm sitting here. I'm dressed in my finest wear that I wore last night to the budget hearing.
It doesn't make me want to do the show. Like you in a shirt and tie, for some reason, like harshes my vibe.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
Well, I'm not cussing
neckties,
a lot
like the
today.
neckties constricting is.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what
not,
he's gonna
I'm
say.
not cussing a lot. I'm going to be a totally different person today.
You did pretty good already.
Well,
Tom.
don't worry. John and I are still back here, casual as ever.
There you go. Let's see. Where's the Lindsay cam, John?
Yeah, right there.
let's get
I'm
this.
wearing my Radiohead hoodie
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
and my legging pants.
All right.
So I'm
All
hella
good.
casual.
Do you have
today.
jorts on?
I do not.
But yeah, that article, man, I've never seen so many like parentheses,
Expletives.
expletive.
That's in the second segment, so we'll talk about that when
Today
it
we're
comes.
sticking to the script.
No, I mean, you want to like turn it upside down in 2 minutes into the show? Or
Dad,
It's
don't
weird.
let Kevin
That's
make
what
you
happened
feel
Friday.
bad.
It's the whole second segment.
Stick around, folks.
You
Yeah,
be
that's
you,
how I get into
Daddy.
this.
You be you.
Thanks, Lance.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like I always come in with problems, and I came in with problems again. Like just everyday problems.
Problematic.
Like everyday problems. Just getting through life is difficult for me. So like yesterday,
that is such a true statement.
it's a bullshit. So I go to B-Dubs,
Yes.
and like and I boycotted B-Dubs for a
I was
long
going to
time.
say, we've had a back and forth relationship
Right.
with B-Dubs, haven't
Right.
we, on this show?
because they discontinued my sauce, which is insane.
It was a good sauce.
What the hell? Like one sauce is this is too difficult.
But before that, you even had a bitch fest about them.
No,
you were like,
that's
there was
what-
a delivery. There was an issue
Oh,
with
no,
it.
they suck. Their delivery and their service is usually not up to.
I mean, it's to the point where like a regional manager called and was like, Mayor,
Yeah. That got Brett in trouble because they're good friends.
Because Tom put him on blast. On
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Podcast.
Okay, so this is my ongoing relationship with B-Dubs. It's on again, right? It's like a bad relationship with a girlfriend, right?
I agree with it. Yeah.
And it's like you can't break up.
but
right?
you like them.
Yeah, it's like if you had a relationship with some crazy woman or man, right? And it's just like too good to like leave,
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's miserable
But
when
they
you're
also
there, right?
had like
But
a
when
habit
she's
of
around, it's
disappearing.
great.
When she's around, it's great, right?
Yeah.
What's that, Lens?
But she
Sorry,
has like
Lance.
maybe she has a habit of disappearing randomly.
There
for
you
no
go.
reason.
Exactly.
You know, she's great, she's excellent, but she just disappears for 6 months at a time.
Okay, so that's my relationship with B-Dubs, right? But yesterday I show up and I get like these excellent wings with my hot barbecue sauce, which is my favorite, right?
Favorite of all time,
It's
right?
the best.
Wait, this
So-
is yesterday?
It is pretty good.
I mean, it's part of a bit.
Was
Thanks,
this
John.
during the pre-show?
It's
No.
it's part of a
No.
bit, John. Thanks.
And
Why
actually,
don't you dig a little bit more on it? Like, I don't think these are real wings. Like,
The timestamp on here does not.
dickhead.
This
I'm
doesn't
doing
say
a bit.
yes-
I
this
don't know if
doesn't
you
say
got this
yesterday
yet.
on
This is
this
a show that we're
photo.
on, right?
Just go with it. You should have said this was during
Like,
pre-show.
wait a second. Where was this? Which B-Dubs?
see,
Like, I know the server
He's
there.
getting into the metadata
you
to
get
see
dr-
exactly where the picture was taken.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, right.
you get dressed up and everybody gets serious in the show.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
all of a sudden
But
John's
wait
like,
a
wow,
second. The
wait a
timestamp
minute.
doesn't say yesterday, Mayor. So let's just imagine this is yesterday, and I get my wings at B-Dubs, and they
Yeah.
bring my wings out, and I'm starving, and I'm happy because they're hot barbecue. And then they come out, they put the wings in front of me, and they look great,
They look great.
And
except for one little part.
You like the fact that they're like,
They're
I've been
like
with you at
slathered.
other places,
Right.
and you're like, man, they don't put enough sauce on
Yeah,
here.
I got like dry wings
Right,
before,
okay.
and they suck.
Right.
Dry wings suck, right? So I get these wings. They're
These are healthily
lathered,
sauced.
sauced up, like lathered. There's French fries, everything, except for one problem. And I know they're fucking with me.
And this is your sauce that you love.
my favorite sauce. The only reason I'm sitting there because they're gonna like discontinue it, and I'm gonna be like, screw B-Dubs. I'm gonna be talking shit about them on Lockpod, right? Because like I just don't get it. Like one sauce is so difficult to carry, right? So I go and I sit down and I'm starting to dig in, and I notice they put a sticker on my freaking thing. Doesn't say hot barbecue. The sticker says limited time only.
This is a joke. They are fucking
That
with
is
you
not.
at this point.
This is what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on? Like you can't even let me enjoy my
No,
my
they're
wings.
reminding
Without being
you.
depressed.
Suck it up, buddy. This is probably the last time you're gonna eat these.
She's reminding you she's skipping town.
You know they're messing
in
with
a
me.
couple,
She's
couple
like, oh,
like
by
a
the
month.
way, I'm going to study abroad for a year.
Yes,
right?
Later.
exactly.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
Like, what's
Again.
so hard about these
What do you mean you're
wings?
leaving again?
What the hell?
This is
Limited
the-
time only.
Yeah, this sticker's the equivalent of pillow talk. Right
Yeah,
there.
right.
Yeah, that, or it's
Like,
also
yeah.
kind of the equivalent of like a semi middle finger.
Yeah.
You
Ghosting.
know, they were laughing.
Yeah.
They were probably looking out through the doors to
You
watch.
see the
my
sticker yet?
sabbatical is more important than you.
Man, screw
That'd have been
B-Dubs.
great if Tom just took the basket and just threw it and walked out. I'm not falling for you this
These
time.
guys suck, man. They suck. I don't get it, man. It's like they're in my head.
They're
Like,
trying
oh,
to make
this
it
is
like
probably the last time you're gonna have this.
But I mean, like, you're right. What is so hard about keeping a sauce for the whole year?
So, like, I ask him, I'm like, can I buy like 10 of these? Because
Yeah.
you're about to go dark
you're
again,
talking
right?
about like the bottles or
I'll
something.
buy the huge crate of it. I want to take it home because I eat wings and I love this sauce. It's like the only sauce, right? And they're like, no, but we can make some for you.
Make some. So wait, it's
I don't
not
know. It's like a freaking.
I thought they used to sell the bottles
I don't.
of
They
it.
used
probably
to.
just buffalo and barbecue.
So they go back there and they make some, and I bought it for like $5, a big glob of it, right?
Really?
And I took it home with me, right?
Freeze it? Like, is it like for
I
the
just
winter?
Don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Like these people.
Wait,
So-
are you guys implying like they have two sauces always in stock and they combine them to make this?
I don't know,
one?
John.
I think that's what's going
Well,
on.
that's
here.
even easier.
I
Exactly.
We should test this out. We should buy a bunch of different sauces and mix them up,
You're not gonna
and
be
then
able to make
see
this. There's some secret
which
ingredient.
ones they.
Yeah.
I
Was
think
this a
it's
letter?
barbecue, or I think it's the honey barbecue, which is slightly spicy with the buffalo sauce mixed in, like a 2-to-1.
Check out this
Mixture.
letter from Buffalo Wild Wings. This was like Tom's girlfriend's letter
Uh-huh.
to him.
What is
In
She
it?
left
August.
it
I
on the
didn't get this.
nightstand.
So what does it
John,
say?
you want to read that?
The following statement was released today by Hot Barbecue through his personal attorney.
Oh, his.
and
Oh, what the
business
f- boy.
manager.
See, they're totally messing with
The
me.
sauce is a boy.
They're totally like this is like they're toying with us. Like, oh, you really like it, don't you? Oh, sorry.
Look what she said, though.
He,
Oh, I'm
it's a
sorry.
boy.
I'm back.
Yeah, for
See?
temporarily.
Yeah.
We put
Limited time
stickers-
only.
We put stickers on our wings though to let you know this is just temporary. So screw
Awesome.
B-Dubs.
You know what? I'm sure if we
You're
go
going
up
back.
to B-Dubs and we ask them, like, you don't have bottles of this stuff? Like, what is it made of? I'm sure you can get somebody with loose lips to tell you.
Really?
I'm sure you could.
I don't think so.
I don't know. And then you got to mix it yourself, and it won't be the same.
Most of the time, you're lucky just to get the damn wings. I mean, they're not like giving you the the secret ingredients.
Agreed.
Right? You're lucky.
You know
It
what?
does look
This
good,
is
though.
my goal. I'm
Yeah.
going to figure this out for
All
you,
right,
Dad.
Lance. There you go. And then, of course, my mail gets there at like 10 p.m. last night or something late. Like, I don't understand what's up with the mail lately. It started with Trump, John. And it's continued under Biden.
Of course it did.
It started with Trump.
The best mail.
Trump torpedoed the mail because he was afraid people were going to vote against him.
Yeah,
through the
that
mail.
whole postal.
So he,
right? What's the head of the
Yeah.
U.S. Postal Service?
De Jong.
Postal Inspector.
De Jong.
Yeah, De Jong. Exactly.
Look at
Good
that.
call,
It's a
man.
vault
Kim
of
Jong.
You're dressed up today
ridiculous-
for.
It's a vault of ridiculous information
Yeah,
in my
look
head.
at that.
De Jong.
I think that's right.
It's a weird name
Was it
anyway.
De Jong, John?
I don't know.
I think that's right.
I think it's right, too. Actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, ever since Trump attacked the mail, and then, of course, my mailman, Dave Warple, stopped being a mailman.
Well, he retired.
This is
37 years.
Totally inconsiderate, let's be honest, right?
Agree.
My mail has been sketchy ever since. John, we live in the same neighborhood. Is your mail sketch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
So
we didn't even talk about this before the show.
No, we did
But
not.
yes.
We do
Yes.
live in the same neighborhood. Sketch.
Same route, John? Wow.
So I had an important piece of mail I was waiting on, and I knew it was going to come yesterday.
Okay.
And I'm like,
This is
waiting.
jorts.
It was my jorts.
Or the underwear.
Right? So I'm like waiting by the mailbox like all day. And then
Come on.
I'm not even
Waiting
kidding.
by the mailbox.
Figurative.
Okay. All
This is a bit, Kevin. Do I have to these are bits we're doing.
We're
guys,
taking
hey,
you too
we're on a
serious.
show right now. I don't know if you guys are aware.
I'm telling you, the ties got me all mixed up.
we do-
Like, I get it.
sometimes we do bits.
I'm
Like,
taking you literally.
are
Like
we
you always
fact checking on the show? Could we have a fact checker? Like,
Yeah,
So
what do you
waiting
mean
by the
all day?
mailbox.
I was all day waiting by the mailbox, and they didn't get there. It got there I was at the council meeting when it got
Good
there.
stuff.
I'm at the council meeting past 6 p.m.
Wow.
What the fuck? By the way,
That's too late.
yeah, through rain, sleet, and snow. It was freaking perfect out yesterday. That's BS. Rain and sleet and snow. That went away with Trump.
We had kind of a similar problem in our neighborhood where I had a mail carrier who was awesome and had been there forever, right? Kind of like you had Whirlpool.
Like Whirlpool.
It was always on time. It was always the same time, I guess. So you're like, I expect the mail about 2 p.m.
Dude, I could set
Right?
my watch by it.
And so you always knew that when you came home from work, the mail was going to be there,
right.
right? So that's really annoying. When you come from work, you're expecting something, waiting by the mailbox all day,
All
figuratively,
day, just sitting there.
and then you come home, not there, right? You're like, what? What's on the mail?
Then you start looking at the weather.
Okay.
Like, everything's fine.
So I got a new system,
What's that?
and it fixed it.
Oh, what's
all
that?
right. So there is a.
Kevin's got a system.
There is
I
there
guarantee you this system's complicated. I freaking guarantee you.
It did take a while.
Okay, let me hear what
But
this system
you can
is.
sign up for something called informed delivery. So you go to the
Yeah, I
U.S.
get
Postal
that
site.
too.
Thank
What's
you,
that?
Linz. Thank you.
Informed
They
delivery.
tell you when you get your mail?
Yeah, so I get an email every day in my inbox, on my Gmail inbox, that says, this is what's coming to your mailbox soon. And yes. And it shows pictures of every envelope
It's a
you're going to
scan.
get.
What?
And
Yes!
sometimes your packages, too.
Yes, John. And your
What?
packages. Yes.
No wonder my fucking mail's late every day.
Exactly. They're doing
They gotta take a
bullshit like
picture-
this.
They got to
No,
take
no,
a
no.
picture of Kevin's mail
nice.
every day.
So
That is why.
my freaking mailman should be there at 1 o'clock, and he's taking pictures of your mail.
my theory is
this is a
that
bull.
they
You're
that the-
full of it, right?
No, there's a picture right here. Here's one of the things I got yesterday. So my theory
They
is
take
that
a picture of your mail.
my theory is that
Oh,
they
wait,
scan
this
the
is-
mail. Yeah, that's like what I
No,
got in the mail.
when it goes through the motor thing,
Yes,
it
it
scans.
takes a
It's
photo.
a very quick process.
And so my theory
When it
is
goes
that
through
the
the motor
postal
thing.
guy, the
The sorter.
the carriers know who's getting it, and they make sure I get my mail every day.
Wait,
Okay.
I don't understand. This is not a letter.
No, that it
is
actually
it?
was, John. It was the flip of it. This
Oh.
was the backside. It was an ad. It was like a postcard.
They just send you a picture of your mail.
Yeah, and I have
seems weird
envelopes
to
and
me.
everything.
So
I don't
now
know if
your
I like
inbox
it.
is cluttered with.
You know,
junk.
I
Okay.
would like to
No,
say...
one email with all the mail.
Oh, okay.
One email.
I would like to say one of my good friends is a post office worker. He's a mailman in Gary, and he works 6 days a week, 12 hours a day most days.
It's because they're understaffed.
They're severely
Bingo.
understaffed.
Agree.
Freaking Trump.
Severely understaffed. And they can't hire any more people unless people retire,
did it.
and they have a really good gig, so they're not
I
retiring.
think
they're
the
just
mail
taking desk
system is
jobs.
important. Let's invest in it.
Very important.
America. How about we invest in the mail system?
Yeah.
Freaking.
I'll tell you this:
Unbelievable.
stamps are expensive, man. What is
Yeah,
it?
they are.
67 cents.
Is
or
it really?
60 Yeah, and certified mail. So we do
No,
a lot
I-
of certified
It
mail
was
from work.
63 cents at Christmas, but it's gone up since then.
A certified letter. I
remember when it was a dime.
Well, I remember when it was like $3.80, $3.90 or whatever. Since certified, it's $8 now.
For
$8
what?
certified letter.
Oh yeah,
Certified letter.
Kevin,
we send out hundreds of
I
them.
know you do.
I have to send a 10-pound package, and it's like $30 just to get
Yeah,
it
it's expensive.
over
Shipping
state
is
lines.
nuts.
John,
Kevin, does informed delivery cost money?
free.
It's free. Yeah,
How
I
is that
signed up
free?
for it.
No wonder why UPS is going bankrupt.
No wonder
It's
Evan's
USPS.
By
getting
the way,
pictures
not
taken of
UPS.
the envelopes
John.
every day.
Like, how about like being a little entrepreneurial U.S. Postal
I
Service?
love this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
sure
it.
it's freaking free, and my mail's late every day because of that shit.
mine's pretty good now.
I bet. Yeah, I'm
USPS.
glad you got pictures of your mail.
I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Like, can't you
What's
wait
cha-
until you actually set eyes on it, or you
I
want
like to know it's coming.
So I always get.
Hey, I got underwear model.
That'd be
pictures.
your mail, not mine.
I always get my informed email at 7:39 in the morning, so it's not like they're wasting their entire day.
Yeah, I don't
sending
see what
these
times
out.
They could be walking
It's
my
about the
neighborhood
same
at
ones.
that time, Liz.
Yeah,
They
it's
could
like
be-
first thing in the morning before they head out. It goes through the sorter and it gets pictures. They just get scanned through. And
Free, John.
You know what I want to know is like, who are these people getting their mail in the morning? I've never
No.
gotten my mail in the morning.
No,
I get my mail
Who
in the
are these
morning.
people?
Nobody.
Mine
You do?
comes in. Mine always shows up by 9 to 10. in the
Really?
morning.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. See,
That's nice.
my
But you
mail's
know
like,
what? I think my
shit.
route is like perfect for a mail person because it's an enclosed neighborhood. It's just like a big circuit. Like
They roll through. They're done
Yeah.
for the day.
yeah,
Mine
basically.
is like when Warpo was my mailman. It was
All
like,
day.
You set your watch by 1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, and then the lady that took over for Warpo set your watch by it. Now it's like if I get it by dinner,
Piecemeal.
I'm amazed.
And you
If
get
I get it by
different
dinner.
carriers.
And then the other day I got it like rando at like 10 in the morning, like Lynn said.
I
I'm like,
literally-
what the hell is going on?
I had
Like,
mail one day. It's on Sunday. I was like, "What is this coming on Sundays?" Because they didn't do it like
rain or sleet
Saturday
snow.
or something.
My house gets skipped sometimes, which is total crap.
It is.
It's like against the Constitution or something, as far as I'm concerned. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
part
right
of
there in the
America's
Constitution.
DNA. Is the Pony Express?
Used to be part of the.
Well, nope. Sorry, it's hot. We can't deliver it.
Was it?
What the freaking hell is going on?
Wasn't the head of the post office part of the cabinet for a while?
Yeah, man. Like, oh no, it's hot, and you know, and it's real tough hiring people.
I still
nowadays.
think we
Sorry,
probably have
Mayor.
better mail than around the world.
I imagine we
feel.
do, but not in my neighborhood.
All right.
You know what else I want to know? This is totally like off topic, but I'm kind of airing some grievances.
While
That's
we're
my
here.
whole opening.
Are you
segment
are
is
you
that-
dressed up?
No, and you guys could probably relate to this, like, because you fly enough, right?
Is it when you got thrown up on an airplane?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Who are these people with getting their gates right when they get into the terminal? I've never gotten a gate.
Oh, you mean you're always like B28?
Yes, I'm
yeah,
at
agree.
the fucking end
Agree.
of the whole airport.
I agree with you, John. I'm never at like B6.
Never.
Oh,
A3.
A3.
I'm always at the end of the terminal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who are the? How are they
John,
getting so lucky?
That is a great point.
yes.
I wonder
never.
that when I'm walking a mile
I
to
look
my
at these
gate.
people.
Yeah,
I walk by
that
them.
is
I'm like,
funny.
you motherfuckers,
yeah, I'm a B
with
like
your
80.
short walks.
B92.
No one ever gets like B2.
92.
I agree.
I have to
totally
take like
agree with you.
trams and trains.
I
to my
die
gate.
for the day. I want to be B2.
This can't be right. I
Get
can't
out
be
of here.
B2.
I
Then
could
you'll-
die now.
What'll happen is you'll be at B2 and then they'll switch it. You've been
Yeah,
switched
right.
to
Oh,
B42.
yeah.
You said you started watching Eastbound and Down.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's
so
for those. It's about baseball. It
Kenny
starts off that
Powers
way, right?
is a like really good closer for the Braves, and the first episode's like he just got like thrown out of baseball because his fastball went from like 101 to like 80, and so but he is just like the character is beyond.
El Flamo Blanca.
Exactly, La Flama Blanca,
La Flama.
right? And then he goes to Mexico. I mean, but like Will Ferrell's in it, and it is just so crude. It is
Yeah,
so.
it's
It is
brutal.
not for the faint of heart, and it's so funny. I started watching it, but here's a John, throw up this review. I saw this review online. This lady.
All right, this is a
One out
description
of
of it.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. I just tried to watch episode 1 of this show, Eastbound and Down. I used to live in Wilmington where it was filmed and even saw the cast and crew one day at my gym. What a waste of time. I counted 7 curse words in the first 2 minutes. Like Lockpod.
Yeah, is this the Times article? He's
The
talking
lead
about?
character has no interesting qualities, just like Lockpod. And the dialogue is pathetic, just like Lockpod. I can't believe anybody can enjoy this revolting, juvenile piece of trash. Just like
It's
Lockpod.
This is really
juvenile.
weird.
This
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
very similar to a review we got when we first started.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even worth 1
Maybe,
star.
no wonder we like it.
I really, it is juvenile. It is crude.
I've never
and-
seen it.
And I mean,
It's awesome,
like Will
Lindsay.
Ferrell's character, he owns a car dealership.
It's
Oh,
the
God,
best. It's
it
my
is
favorite Will Ferrell. He is
Will
such.
Ferrell?
Will Fer-
It's
yeah.
my favorite Will Ferrell
Character, yeah.
He is so funny. Like,
There are
Let the boy watch.
there are outtakes of that scene
yeah, we were watching one last night.
that just you're in tears, man.
He's cracking those guys up. Oh, God.
Let the boy watch.
Sorry, I'm watching
feel it.
Eastbound and Down, folks, but it really
Watch
is
it.
a light,
If
refreshing
you like Lockpod,
break from
you'll
life.
like Eastbound and Down. If
I
you like
fair.
this
That's
show.
fair.
If you don't like Lockpod, you're probably not listening right now.
It's crude, but it is hilarious.
His friend is.
Oh God, Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie is the best.
Yeah. All right, let's roll through some ads. We're going to come back and talk about Lockpod in the news. and why I'm wearing a suit. We already talked about why I'm wearing a suit, but Lockpot in the News is going to be our second segment. So if you are interested in why we were on the front page, we'll talk a little bit about it. But again, today's episode is brought to you by Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law, 219-554-4529. And Calumet Brewing is our other sponsor. Calumet Brewing. Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager, is calling you to embrace the great outdoors, the roar of NASCAR, and the joy of cracking a cold one. Celebrate life's moments with Busch Light. And then head over to Cal Brew on Facebook or Instagram for a chance to win a Busch Light Igloo Cooler. Visit Busch.com and their social media pages for exciting updates and events. Head for the mountains of Busch Light and enjoy beers and cheers responsibly.
I was in Oak Brook over the weekend. I went to REI, and they had those coolers for sale. Those are not cheap. That is a gorgeous cooler, by the way. So
Yeah, I know. It's going to look great in my garage.
after you shotgun the six-pack on
Sitting
camera
there waiting for
in your
his mail.
tie.
I got all kinds of lockbox
all day,
swag.
pining at the mailbox.
Just cracking open some cold
He
one.
just eats
Sitting on it.
like
Where's
a lawn
my
chair.
mail?
Where the fuck is my
I should have
mail?
got phone
I am
delivery.
officially old man. I'm waiting for my mail every day. I am old. I agree.
All right. Prestimer Insurance Company. For decades, the Ron J. Prestimer Insurance Agency has been your trusted neighbor right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving your insurance needs. Their wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, and life insurance, has helped over thousands of individuals and businesses through the Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. That's 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery welcomes you to their spacious tap room and outdoor patio. Enjoy award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven menu, and craft draft cocktails. Their unique brewing equipment and production facility provide a perfect backdrop for private events, whether it's a bridal shower, reunion, or corporate party. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Customer service is their top priority at Byway Brewing, just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Kuklakis Law. Are you currently navigating complex legal challenges, unsure of where to turn for guidance? Your search ends here with Kuklakis Law, your trusted partner for legal solutions in Indiana and in Illinois. Whether you're seeking expert representation for real estate transactions, need assistance in forming your business, or have experienced a personal injury or at work or in a car crash, Kuklakis Law is here for you. No matter the nature of your legal issue, their team is ready to help. Call Kuklakis Law today at 219-671-6347. That's 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Hablamos Español.
You know, I feel like if we spread the word, if we were to get the recipe for the hot barbecue sauce and spread the word, they'll just like secretly, quietly bring it back and just not make a big deal about it anymore.
Something needs to happen.
I did some research.
This is
I think I figured it out.
Oh,
What?
Lindsay
So I
cracks
found
the
a-
code.
Breaking
sounds
news?
like
It is
Lindsay's going to be
breaking
over
news.
at your
I cracked
house
the
making
code.
you wings.
I'm
Let's
not
go,
going to be
Liz.
doing anything like that. Okay, so apparently on the Buffalo Wild Wings subreddit on reddit.com,
Yes.
there is a huge following for the hot barbecue sauce.
See?
Like it's
Yeah.
I didn't even know this.
Put a
but it's
link at Lockpot on there.
It's a massive thing. And this guy said that he was eating it recently, and he actually, since it's for a limited time only, he asked his waitress to go into the kitchen and ask, like, what is it? Like, just throw him a bone.
Uh-huh.
She went back there and came back and said 3/4 hot sauce and 1/4 sweet barbecue.
Oh.
And that's all it is. That's
Okay.
why it's not bottled. It's just a mixture.
3/4 of the hot sauce at B-Dubs.
The regular hot sauce and 1/4 barbecue.
Could
the
you send
sweet
me that
barbecue.
link, babe?
Yes, I can.
So here's my question. If that's the case, why aren't they just
I think
Bottling
that's what
it
they're
all
doing.
year
I
long?
think that's what. I don't know. I don't know.
like if it's just like, oh, you got to
Okay, so if I walk in and say, I want you to do this. I want you to get a little bowl out. I want you to mix 3/4 of the hot into 1/4 of the sweet barbecue. And I want you to stir it up.
stir it up.
You
And
know
then
what?
put it on the bones.
Nope.
can't do it.
Limited
We can't do
time
it.
only.
If everybody starts asking for 3 hot
put it on the
sauces and
bone.
1 sweet barbecue
Put it on the bone
sauce,
for me. And then I
maybe
get
they'll
arrested.
just be forced to bring it back.
There you go. What do the people in the subreddit
Fucking
say?
pervert.
Everybody is thrilled to try it out, but this post was made yesterday, and
Put it on
so
the bone.
Is that the title?
Yes,
Put it on the bone.
without a
Put it
doubt.
Put it on the
Bone.
bone for me.
Without a doubt.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
All right.
wait.
Uh,
Okay, but Lindsay made a comment
Yeah.
about us getting a bad review early on, so it made me go back
Ah.
and look at our reviews lately. Have you guys checked these?
No.
Let me read a couple for you. And this is why it's
Should be in
important.
mailbag.
This is why it's important for you guys to rate and comment and all
Yes.
this stuff. Because
Please.
it increases our search
Oh,
engine optimization. Here's a perfect example. This is one of our most recent reviews on Apple Pod.
How long ago? Like
Mailbag.
June or April?
No,
or
September 30th.
Spiros Batistados.
September 30th. Recently stumbled onto your podcast. I moved to New York 2 years ago from Lake County, and now I look forward to each episode.
I love that person. Who is
How
that
about
person?
that, huh? His name is
their username?
Cab K5.
I
Thank you,
love
sir.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Cab K5.
K5.
Here's another one.
Ooh.
Met the guys today. I may or may not be a little in love.
Ew.
Whoa.
What's that?
November 2,
Said
2022.
the
I
mayor.
bet you they're in love with Kevin.
No, that was probably for the mayor. He's the
Ew.
heartthrob here.
I love this pod.
I don't blame that guy.
I feel like I'm in on the conversation.
See?
Yeah.
So
That's
great.
it.
So please,
Thank
you.
you.
By the way, we do say that when we meet like lock potters out and about. We remind them, please subscribe
Yeah.
and please rate.
I forgot I was someplace the other day. It was really inappropriate, and somebody came up and said, I'm a lock potter.
Really?
And it was like really inappropriate. Like, I'm
What?
like, you're not supposed to talk about
What
that.
is
could that be?
inappropriate?
Like church or something. It's like, dude, I don't
no.
think we're supposed to talk about that here. But yeah, they're everywhere. The lock potter. It's like a spreading disease.
Thank you to everyone.
The herpes of podcasts.
There's a shirt.
That's
Lock
Yeah.
pod.
there's
The
an
herpes.
episode title.
Yeah. Just take some penicillin and call me in the morning. All right. I'm on the front page of the Times with my brand new Dead shirt, which is cool. It's a badass brand new
It
shirt.
is a
and you're
nice
so
shirt.
excited
You
to
did
get
wear
it?
it multiple times that
I
week.
know, but like I just bought that shirt.
was
and
really
I was
proud of
super,
it.
I threw away and gave away a couple of my shirts. I didn't
Wow.
throw away Dead shirts.
No,
'cause
he
that's
gave them
sacri-
to
I
me.
gave them
Now
to Linz.
I have them.
I gave Linz a
Nice,
couple. I
nice.
gave Chase and Thomas a couple. I like downloaded Dead
Look at
because
that
I'm
shirt.
like,
Look
I
at
got
that.
too many Dead
No,
shirts.
imagine that man walking into an acoustic set of John Mayer.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
a little over the
Just
top.
with
See,
jean
Marissa, did,
shorts.
Marissa with my jorts
I
on.
didn't have a problem with it.
Am I, you know,
Khaki cargos.
This is my favorite thing about this article right here.
Uh-huh.
Alert. Top story.
Oh, jeez. See, the
What?
worst thing is
Alert.
blast. Okay, it says Thomas McDermott Jr. Ugh. Blast
Official
Joe
name.
Biden as too old. Urges president to quit re-election bid. So I'm sure like the seniors in Hammond are super happy about the headline, and then they're like, "Oh my God, my mayor's
I'm
wearing a Dead
82 as
shirt."
well.
Yeah, right. So like, this, you know, right off the bat, I'm starting off with a good. I mean, I'm not saying it's.
He just pissed off
una-
anybody.
It's
that's
not
of
accurate. I mean,
retirement
I'm
age.
not saying it's not accurate. It is accurate. I did blast the president as being too old, and I did urge him to quit re-election bid.
Maybe the next time you make
Dan's like,
controversial
well, what's
stances-
not what's not accurate?
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining.
The
about
next
Dan.
time you make
Dan
a
was accurate.
controversial stance, maybe wear a tie.
I agree. Liz.
Oh, I can't wait to see what's
But,
coming
like,
then.
you know,
'cause
when
So
that's
if
you're
I
in a
walk in in a
playful
tie,
mood-
if I
That's
walk in in
today.
a tie, you know damn well I'm about to throw some punches.
Ooh, all
right?
right,
He's
let's
about
go.
to, yeah, he's about to get into some shit. So
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just it's a weird. So first off, okay, so they were quoting me word for word, which is always it's a
Interesting.
buzzkill for me.
that's always a dangerous thing
You're
to
like,
do on this
This
podcast.
is a podcast,
Right.
Like when you're talking face to face, it's a lot different than if I'm
Talking to-
transcribing it. Right. If I'm in court or if I'm giving a speech in front of the council, I'm not going to drop
Or
F-bombs.
talking to a reporter.
Talking
on
to
the-
a
on the phone,
reporter, right? I'm not talking to a reporter right now. I guess I am if you pick it up. God bless. And I'm not mad. I'm on
No.
the front page. Like, that's
Dan-
my job.
Dan Carden's
My job is to
great-
get on the front page.
Follower of the show.
Dan is a great follower of the show. And I'm not mad I'm in there. It's just a buzzkill a little bit. When,
read it
When you
verbatim.
read it Sunday morning drinking your coffee and, you know, like, seniors are reading this. And
Getting ready for church.
There's
so
my
you're
mayor.
getting ready for church, and then you pull out, and it says, I watched 60 Minutes the other day with the president, and I thought he looked like shit. McDermott said, I don't understand why everybody is supposed to fall in line and shut the fuck up. It's bullshit.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. You know, this, and instead of putting the words, they put expletive in there.
Yeah,
But you
which
can
is-
sort of figure it out.
I kind of had to think about it.
Yeah.
I like how you
Yeah.
can make it like a
you play
Mad
the
Lib.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
make it
didn't
like an
know for
ad lib.
sure. Yeah,
What was the mayor
like
saying
an
there?
ad-lib.
It's a Mad Lib.
What was the
you
mayor?
know,
It
like,
is. They do.
We need
All right,
an
Lindsay.
adjective, a verb.
All right, you do it now. You
Okay.
read
All right,
it.
hold it. I'll read.
don't have it in
I'll
front of
read
me.
what it says in the paper, and you fill it in.
You
okay?
ad lib. All right,
All
here
right.
we go.
So this is the next quote it says from me.
Okay.
What's he going to look like in 5 years? And then it says, expletive, comma, he looks horrible right now.
Shit.
Okay, you're right. Okay, and the next one says, 5 years from now, I'm sure he'll be much better, right? I'm sure he's going to be much stronger. Come on, man. What are we doing, McDermott said.
God
Blank
damn it.
82. Blank 82.
Oh, those were F words.
Effing.
I know my dad.
Good job. Good job. Get the expletive out of here,
That's
man.
also an F. Yeah.
Okay.
But it
this
could be
is
hell.
expletive, Period. I'm serious. This is expletive.
BS.
Good job. You guys know me
BS,
well.
yeah.
That's expletive.
Ooh.
That's expletive, McDermott said.
Oh, F'd.
Yeah.
That's F word. That's F word.
F apostrophe
F-
ED.
Yeah. F apostrophe UP.
That was a lot
UP.
of F words in like a short
Oh my! It was
time
crazy.
span.
Well, like John said, it. He said
got
this is
spicy
episode.
that day.
He said this is
Yeah.
season 1, episode 1 all over again.
There's
I
gotta
didn't
be- don't we
realize
have a
how
code word?
spicy you
Oh,
got.
I was like
and,
dropping.
and totally not on the script. After Tom,
No,
you know, like always is on me.
It's not
hey,
a
that's
script.
that's the second. That's a second part. That's
Yeah.
a second bit.
It's not
Why are you
word for
going
word.
off script?
Well,
It's
but
a
also,
script.
like,
it's like, what is it? It's
you
like
know-
a direction we're heading. It's
There
not a
was no.
script.
This was not even a direction.
There was not even under. I acknowledge
Let's make
that.
sure that
this is
we're
why-
clear on
Are
this.
we supposed to have a code when I go off, like helicopter? Isn't that like helicopter?
a safe
Helicopter.
word.
Like, there's a
It
safe
wouldn't
word.
have stopped you.
you guys
would have
remember-
stopped me if you say helicopter, and I'm like, what?
Throw cold water on him.
Yes, helicopter, helicopter. I'm like, if I fuck up from now on, you guys got to say helicopter, okay? And then it'll like make me pause.
Do you guys-
Helicopter.
Do you
right?
guys remember when I did my curse counter for the first
Yes.
two seasons?
We still
We
got
still
the money.
have the
Well,
jar.
I had to stop doing that because Dad got so good at not cursing that much, and then he
It's
wanted to
less fun.
charge me $20 for saying "God damn it."
Oh,
so
he did. I remember
I was
that.
like, "This isn't
Helicopter.
fair
Oh,
anymore."
my God.
Listen to season
But-
1.
I
Was
didn't
that season
realize
one?
like how intense you got at that episode. It really just didn't phase me.
It was
so.
a
I am intense about this because I feel strongly that we hired President Biden for a reason. Okay, this is what I was thinking when I voted for President Biden, and he was 78. I'm like, I want you to beat Donald Trump. That's where I was coming from. Okay,
That's all you need to do.
he did it, and he, by the way, 4 years. I'm not saying he's done a horrible job. I think he's done a great job. I really do. I think I would give him a B. Okay, maybe a B minus. B.
It's hard to fix
in that
everything in
ballpark.
4 years.
Yeah, but like, I'm not ready for 82 through 86. I'm not ready for that. I'm not signing up for an 82 through an 86
How
year old
about
to be
like
president.
81 to 85?
I'm not in it. No, I'm not.
How about 70?
I think 78 is pretty high.
78 to 82.
We just did it.
Right.
I'm not super comfortable
And that's
with doing
Trump, right? So we got that's
it.
what
We
got
just
going.
did it. I'm like, how about like a 55-year-old? How about that? Well, how about that?
Name
right?
Tom McDermott.
No, no, I'm not saying. Like, how about Gavin Newsom? Huh? How about Pete Buttigieg?
I love
how about a
fans
guy in
of
their
both.
40s, right?
Love
how
both
about
of them.
like Gretchen Whitmer? How about we give some people a
Oh.
shot here? John, like, just give them a damn shot. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like we are shitting on our 50-year-olds, our 40-year-olds, our 30-year-olds because we got an 82-year-old that wants
Look,
4 more
the
years.
The fact is that, and you know this, and this goes for both parties.
The fact is,
They're very lax in saying if you're an incumbent, you get competition. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
No,
I
they
mean,
discourage it.
I mean, I'm
They
talking
threaten.
both parties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's
like-
not right.
I'm with you. Like Trump didn't have competition last time around.
Like, we have nobody in the Democratic Party that's better than Joe Biden at 82. That's ridiculous. I was going to say other things, but you know, I'm wearing a suit. And,
Yeah, it's-
but like, it's not accurate. Pete Buttigieg right now is 10 times a candidate than Joe Biden would be in 82. Pete Buttigieg right now. Gavin Newsom right now is 10 times a candidate Joe Biden would be. Gretchen Whitmer right now is 10 times a candidate Joe Biden would be.
Well, they have more energy. That's
and
for
yet
sure.
we're putting Joe Biden up. Why? Because he wants 4 more years. He wants to. I want to be when I'm 85. When I'm 86, I want to be. I want to die in the White House.
The
basically,
American
right?
political system rewards incumbency. That's for sure. Both parties.
I believe in the Democratic Party. I believe we should be democratic. It's a crazy concept. I believe we should be more democratic than. I believe like if somebody wants to run for president, we shouldn't say no. I think we should say yes. And if they want to debate the president, I think we should say yes because the president is the best debater in the country, the best debater in our party. Why is he afraid to debate anybody in the party? Because he's 83 and he's not
80.
where he was. Whatever,
Yeah.
dude. It's bull.
Uh,
It's a total bull.
great comment in chat.
Yes.
From Ashley, big fan. We played the guessing game of what curse word Tom said and wagered who was right. Then
Yeah.
we watched the podcast to see who won.
Thank you, Ashley.
Great
That's
game.
great.
I
Great
think-
drinking game.
It is a good.
That would be
game.
a great game. Every time Tom says the F word, let's have a shot.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able, you'd be tanked, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Especially last show.
last episode. I'm not saying anything today.
Is there anyone other than RFK Jr. who's now independent? Is there anyone else
Yes.
running?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that other
Marianne
independent guy,
Williamson.
Warren, or what's his
No,
name?
Marianne Williamson's running as a D.
Oh.
Well, she's trying to,
Right.
but
Yeah.
wait,
Right, she's
but-
not on the ballot.
No, there's another independent, a conservative
Wow.
fella.
Yeah, you're right.
I think his last name was Warren. I think. Yeah. So it's interesting though because I was reading something that Tom sent me, and they said RFK is drawing votes away from Trump, and the conservative guy is drawing votes away from Biden.
Yeah.
Which is really
Do
interesting.
you guys
So,
think? Who do you think wins? Biden against Trump?
Biden wins.
Yeah.
That's what you guys think.
I do. I do.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I
and
don't
I'm not
think-
saying that's our best
I agree.
matchup.
I don't think
right?
that's. I do think Biden would be
I
Trump.
actually,
though.
I do hate that matchup a lot.
I hate it a lot because we failed as a party, we failed as a country. But I do think it's important to beat Donald Trump. But I don't think Joe Biden's the only person in the Democratic Party that could beat him. We're being fed this narrative. It's like Joe Biden's the only one that could beat him. Oh, really? That's pretty damn sad.
Well, I think the one thing I would say is, in Biden's defense, is he's had a great run in his first term, and I think he's done a lot. Now, the party, unfortunately, and parties,
Yeah, I agree.
not a lot of damage. The
the
parties,
post office.
unfortunately, defer to incumbents. Both parties. They do. You got an inside track, and I guess maybe you deserve it, right? I don't know. But he would have to single-handedly say, I'm not going to run for him not to get the nomination.
How much better our country would be if we only gave the president one term? You know how much stronger we'd be as a country?
Well, it was a compromise to give him 2, right? I mean,
But like if
after-
we said if you didn't have to worry about re-election when you became
amendment is
president,
that?
you would actually be a public servant. You would actually do the right thing because you don't have to worry about raising money. You don't have to worry about kissing ass. You're there. You're at the top of the heap, and you would just do the right thing. Like it would be refreshing to see Joe Biden say, like George Washington. Everybody's seen Hamilton, right? Mm-hmm. One last time, that song when he walked away on purpose.
They kept asking him, stay.
He could have stayed because he was like a king, but he's like, I want to set the standard. I want to show people you walk away from power, right? George Washington did that. And ever since, we've had 2-term presidents, right? Well, how about somebody walks away after their
FDR.
first term? Okay, you're right.
4.
Outside of that. But how about somebody walks away after their first term and sets a standard? It's like, hey, I'm bigger than this. I was president, and I want somebody else to take it over. How about that? That would be healthy for our country.
We have guys in Congress that are there for like 18
I don't
terms.
care, Kevin, and
I'm
that's
just
not
saying.
right either. People support term limits.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Our system is broken, dude. Our system is broken. Our Constitution needs to be updated, but we can't even pick a Speaker of the House.
No, we cannot.
All right. Hey, we got some mailbag.
We're
and
gonna talk about
I
that
got
in a
some
little bit.
fallout on this article, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, Tom. How's it been since the article came out?
Well, I got some
Couple
negative.
things. One, do people read papers?
Right.
Don't know.
I'll be honest with you.
I still do.
It came out Saturday morning, and I was like, I don't get nervous very often about my bad press. I don't get nervous that often at all, and that one hit me a little bit. I have to admit.
Really?
It did. I was like, oh, I mean, because I was pissed, and I'm usually in control of my mouth. I'm usually in control of it, and I think I definitely should have had a helicopter that day. That's why I'm blaming you
Shame
guys.
on us.
I'm
I was
blaming-
going to say, here it comes.
I'm
It's
blaming
down
you
on
guys.
us, John.
Hey, where are you guys? You guys just along, right?
Way to go, Jill.
Helicopter. Right?
Jill's
that in
fault. I'm
mind.
blaming Jill. She's not here.
There's plenty of things you guys could have done to save
We
me.
need that on the soundboard, John.
Yeah, I'll work on that. Kyle, we need a helicopter sound effect.
Yes.
And if I hear it, I know what's up.
Well, let's see some mailbag, John.
All right.
Mailbag.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you to our episode sponsor, Cantrell.
Is this Leone? Is that a woman or a man?
I'm saying it's
I thought it was Leona.
Leona.
Okay, we're just going to leave it
Leon,
with that.
yeah.
That's it.
Maybe
Okay.
it's Leon.
Leon.
It's a typo.
I took it as a woman.
Okay, Leon.
French Canadian.
Maybe.
Whatever.
It's Leone.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Your Times statements on Saturday's paper are totally disgusting. You know he is doing a great job. He has good people working for him, unlike Trump,
Agree
who
with
is the
that.
worst president ever.
True.
I felt sorry for Obama when he walked into the White House. Joe Biden faced way more than Barack. Are you just trying to get rid of Democratic voters? Like, I'm just going to read this and then we'll respond, okay? This is next. Guess you admire President Biden because you are copying his habit of saying man quite a bit. Keep our party with our respect for our president and give your mother my suggestion of washing your mouth out with soap.
Awesome.
Hope you do your job and read this. I am glad I live in Porter County and sad how you disgrace Hammond. All right.
Wow.
A fan.
Might be
Yeah.
the best mailbag you've
That
ever
is
gotten.
that is
you,
way
John.
up there.
Best mailbag. That's a bullshit.
That is really
That
pretty
sucks.
good.
Leone, I don't like your email.
We send more, Leone.
Yes.
No, Leone.
need
no.
more.
Wash your
too.
mouth out with
Your-
soap.
by
My
your
mom's
mom.
listening, by the way.
Yeah. Well, she's the one who. Yeah, she's
My
probably.
mom's the one that gave me this mouth.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The streets of Napa.
Apparently, that name is Italian.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can see
there
an
you go.
Italian saying that.
So not
Sending
French
that
Canadian.
message.
Leone.
I feel bad for Hammond. All right. Robert sent me, tell your dad congratulations on the renaming of the Hammond Marina to the Thomas M. McDermott Sr. Hammond Marina. He deserves it.
All true.
Thank you, Robert. That was very nice. My dad is listening, and I'm sure he's tearing up right now. And then another one. Good day, Mayor. I have been a police officer 23 years in Northwest Indiana. I have a question for you. How do we get the bonds increased so these animals aren't just walking out of jail or even doubling bonds and penalties for out-of-state criminals that constantly commit crimes and run back across the Illinois border?
That
Kevin.
was from Irv G.
That was Irv G.
I like the idea of like an ordinance. Like, how would you even pass?
Not an ordinance.
Well,
Well,
it
no,
would be
I
an
mean,
ordinance, but
It'd be state.
that's a cool idea.
Bonds are generally set by the court system. They set the bonds on certain. There's some agreement, I guess, between
Because the
state
prosecutor walks in and argues for a higher bond, and then the defendant lawyer is arguing for a no bond, and then the judge is the mediator.
That's only if there's a disagreement over bond or someone can't get out. I
Right.
mean, there are bonds there's a bond schedule. Like if you get arrested for blank,
Mm-hmm.
your bond is X, and you can bond out even before your court hearing. In some instances,
Right,
Like
depending
OWI,
on, depending
like
on the charge.
yeah,
right.
yeah, right.
It's just a standard amount. If you get
There's
an
a-
OW,
there's a bond
this is the bond.
schedule.
If it's like a heinous, if it's particularly reprehensible,
well, no, that's different, right?
Or
Like a
there's
murder-
like a
murder, you
flight
don't get bond.
No bond.
risk or something.
yeah, flight risk is taken into
But
consideration.
Well, and
also,
it-
I feel like if he was a cop for 23 years, he would know this.
Well, not necessarily,
Yeah,
because
I
a
mean-
lot of the police officers, they're out there running their beat, they're doing their job, and they do all the paperwork, and they're
right.
like, okay, he's
It's
going to
gone.
be.
And then what happens for the cops is they arrest this person
And see the dude on the street 2 weeks
They
later.
arrest
2
him
days
again.
later.
Yeah,
one
well-
day later.
And one
again.
thing he brought up, Lindsay, and what you just brought up is that the higher bonds for people that are out of state, because the whole point is, the mayor pointed out last episode of the bail is to ensure that you come back to
Yeah.
your court hearings. And the guy that attacked the dog and almost killed the dog was from like Memphis or I forget. No, was Wisconsin maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that guy should have a very high bond because
Right.
you have to ensure his presence.
Exactly.
And then let him argue to reduce it.
Right, you let him argue.
Let John Cantrell argue to reduce
And
it.
I think Johnny did argue. No, Johnny
No,
had the one
no,
that
no,
we're in the paper today. There's one.
Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah.
Johnny
But I mean,
won.
you know, that's why your lawyer can hire for
Johnny knows
argue
how-
for lower bond.
That's right.
Yeah. So interesting mailbag.
Yeah,
All
good
right.
stuff.
Wanna do
So
some
there
ads?
is fallout from bad press, and I didn't get really much other than that. I got a couple letters and a lot of disapproving glances from fellow Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know
I'm-
what Zach's text to you looked like.
Zach
after
didn't
that.
text.
There
It's
you
not the
go.
it's not the campaign anymore.
I was
No, man.
wondering, like, I'm surprised you didn't get
Zach's
more
got his other
responses.
campaigns to worry about.
That people are more concerned about your comments about Biden and not so much about the Palestinian and Israel stuff.
No,
we
I didn't get
discussed
anything
last
on
week.
that.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job on that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little.
I
bit
didn't
about
get
that.
any-
That's controversial.
No, it is, but I don't think
Even
we.
just mentioning
I
it,
don't
so.
think we said anything. that
I
was
thought our
inflamed.
conversation was interesting about it. So
Which
anyway,
I
we're
think
gonna
is
we're gonna
accurate, yeah.
actually follow up. That's part of our next
Yeah.
next segment. So let's do some ads.
So
and come
Kevin,
back
yeah,
and we'll
so
talk about that.
accurately reflect the next segment. Kevin had a conversation about the last show with a good friend of his,
Yeah.
who happens to be Jewish, right?
Yes.
And he had some interesting perspectives that
He did.
Kevin wanted to bring back. So we're gonna come back and talk a little bit of I don't know,
Israel, Palestine, Israel, and the Middle East.
and how TikTok and the younger generation is viewing the world, and it's just sort of a continuation of the last conversation we had. So
Yep.
let's go ahead and do some ads. Rogers Roofing. When you demand nothing but the best for your home and your family, trust the industry leader, Rogers Roofing. For over 54 years, Rogers Roofing has been transforming homes in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland area. Rogers Roofing commitment to quality shines through in their roofing, in their siding, gutters, and windows, and they're all backed by the most comprehensive warranties in the business. Visit our website at rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 to schedule your free consultation. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon. Tortillas Nuevo Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for their iconic red and white label at your local grocery store. Indulge in the finest Mexican products crafted with local expertise and savor the taste of authenticity. Discover the flavors of Tortillas Nuevo Leon today.
Tortillas Nuevo León,
To read it and dance
hechas
to it.
con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia, de todo corazón.
Powering Indiana, Lake County, IBEW Local 697 and NECA proudly introduced Powering Indiana, Lake County. With over a century of experience, they've been safely wiring the region. From powering corporations along the lakefront to lighting up homes across the region, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your trusted source for electrical professionals. Visit JACT, that's JACT 697.org, JACT697.org to join them as they continue to light the way for Northwest Indiana. Powering Indiana, Lake County.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time, always under budget. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Misprint, your partner for creating impactful visual solutions.
Thank you to our sponsors, including our episode sponsor, Cantrell and Cantrell.
All right, Kevin, take the lead on this.
Yeah, so it was really, I thought when John brought up that poll, that CNN poll last episode, it really was thought-provoking in the sense that...
What poll?
So what John said, yeah, real quick. So the summary was basically like, the question was, do you believe that Israel's response in Gaza so far is appropriate? And that was after they had bombed, I think, the first couple of days, John, right?
Correct.
And it was by age. And 65 plus were like 81%. In like 40 to 65 or 45 to 65 was in the 70s. And then the shocking thing was like 23 or 22 and under, it was 25 and under, was 21%. And that just, to me, and I think Tom and I were just extremely surprised with those numbers. And we started talking about it before the show, and even on the show we followed up and talked about the fact that what's the one thing that is probably different between somebody that's 70 years old and 20 years old? TikTok and social media, right? For sure. And we
talked, like, there's some 70-year-olds on Facebook.
Yeah, but right.
I don't see
probably
a lot
not
of
as many
Israel,
on TikTok.
I don't see a lot of Israel-Palestine stuff on Facebook, though. I see it on TikTok.
You know, I don't see it as like a social media thing. I see it more of like we're being exposed to what's going on other places
through social media.
Well, yeah,
usually.
but also like people in their 70s are watching the local news. They're watching news of what's going on.
They're reading the newspaper. They're reading,
so like I feel like I'm being exposed to more things than people that age are.
I think you are, and you're being, but you're being exposed to more things depending on how you generate your algorithm on social media. And one of the things we talked about was how, what's the word? Maybe like heavy or tight, or they won't let you out. TikTok, it's like you get in a zone,
right?
Yeah, and it doesn't let you out,
right? And it's like if you watch a couple videos about what's going on in Israel, and then you stay on them and you like one,
or
and
even more what's up in Gaza,
and see what's going on with Gaza, and you like it, or you hang on there and watch the whole video or something. TikTok takes that as a sign that you want more of that.
It even
it starts feeding you.
Yeah, yesterday on TikTok, I was kind of messing around a little bit on that to try to figure it out. And TikTok even has like a screen that says, "Hey, when you like it, we'll know it'll be more like you."
I agree with you.
Well, you'll make your TikTok more like you.
Right. Do you want to see more of this or less of this?
Yeah. So you're accidentally just going through. Oh, that was cool. I'll like that. That's interesting. I'll like that. Next thing you know, you're getting 50 of them.
Right.
And so
you could change it. Like if you want to test this out, act like you love goldfish.
Sure.
Okay. And go on there and type in goldfish. Or if you see a goldfish, like it. Oh my God.
Or use a filter.
Be inundated.
I used a filter once for the pod. And next thing I knew, I was getting literally, I would say 60% of my feed was people using that filter.
I never use filters.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
I don't even know how to use a filter.
The same thing happens though when you like. I didn't either. I had to be taught how to do it.
I don't know how to use a filter.
But so anyway, fast forward to over the weekend, I had the opportunity to hook up with a very good friend of mine from college and from law school, and he's Jewish, and his son is a sophomore in college, and he was like, "You're never going to believe this." He said, I was talking to my son, and he was kind of like almost questioning, like, "Hey, look at what's going on in Gaza. And he was like, "What are you talking about? Of course we're pro-Israel,
right?
What do you and he was like shocked, and I told him the
So
theory.
basically, the young Jewish son was confused on whether or not
where are
he
we
should support
just
God.
checking, right?
Same thing I told you.
Yeah.
I had a question of a young admirer of mine that was like, "Hey,
where are we?
Where are we on this?" And I'm like, "We're with Israel. Are you crazy?" And then they would point it out, the conditions in Gaza and how they have no water and power and how, but it's like, this is, and then they like started talking about stuff from the 1940s. And I'm like, listen, you're like 20 years old. Like you probably have a lot more to learn about this subject, that's been going on for hundreds of years. And, and America supports Israel. And whether you think that's right or wrong, that's our ally, right?
And they're a democracy in the Middle East. And by the way, and I told him our TikTok theory, and he was like, it was eye-opening to him. He was like, that is, and I talked to him about the poll. And I was like, I really think, and even you said, they're like, okay, so let's assume that TikTok has this really tight algorithm and you're in it. But like, who's to say that whoever runs TikTok, if you listen to our Attorney General, China, doesn't like start, feed certain I don't know.
So-
I mean, it's
your
making me think about it.
You're implying that TikTok is brainwashing the youth to be
Not brainwashing.
pro-Palestine,
No, I think
or-
it's affecting them. It's not brainwashing. I think it's subverting American.
I think the way they have their
Morale.
the way they have their app set up allows for more intense viewing of topics without altering views because of the way you like it
And Lindsay,
or enter into that app.
I don't think Kevin.
I don't know. I
hold
mean,
on,
I
hon.
guess you're onto something, but
Lindsay,
I also
what's going
disagree.
on in Gaza right now is heartbreaking. Okay,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Nobody wants to see people die, and of course, Americans don't want to see people in Gaza die. We don't, right? But our ally is Israel. The way I see the world, this is how Tom McDermott sees the world, right? And so what we're seeing in America now is the suffering of the people in Gaza, and the people are dying, and naturally it's causing emotions in Americans saying, hey, we're behind this. This is crazy.
And full disclaimer, my friend was very sympathetic to
Of course.
the people of
We're
Gaza.
human beings.
This
All
is
of
about
us
the
are.
government
Right.
in Gaza.
Yeah, but so what I'm trying to say is we got into a conversation last show that I thought was really interesting, and it was after the show ended, and this is where I sort of want to take this, Lindsay, is social media in general. During wartime, we brought this up last show, and we talked about how during the Civil War, President Lincoln is famous for suspending what's called the writ of habeas corpus. Now, this is not in the woods. This is applicable. We're not going to do a constitutional law class, but basically during wartime, President Lincoln suspended the writ of habeas corpus, which basically gives you no recourse if your civil rights are violated. Basically, Lindsay, what I'm trying to say is this. If we had a Civil War type of issue in America, I think the President of the United States could say, there's no Twitter, there's no TikTok, there's no Facebook, there's no social media at all. He shuts it down because we're in war and we're not going to subvert American will and American morale. We're all on the same team. And Lincoln did it. We've violated American civil rights in the past, meaning like Japanese Americans during World War II were put into labor camps. So there's nothing to say that if we were in a situation and TikTok was being misused to subvert our morale, I think the president would shut it down.
Yeah,
Social media.
I think that's a really dangerous, slippery slope.
I don't even think
personally.
I don't even think it's a theoretical. I think it would happen, no doubt.
I think that would be incredibly dangerous and probably a bad move.
So
mean-
I did a little research into this because it was interesting to me, and you kind of have to look at the writ of habeas corpus also in context. A couple things. One, the writ of habeas corpus isn't necessarily expressly given by the Constitution, but the suspension of it is, which is really it's in the Constitution. It's in Article 1, right? So, but it's really interesting what Lincoln did in the Civil War. It's really very interesting because he didn't have social media, right? But this is what he did. He jailed political opponents after he suspended the writ.
Because there was a rumor going around that they were going to destroy railroad lines, right?
Yeah, and even in Maryland.
And at the time, that was, if you destroy a rail line back in those days, that's how they got material and supplies all over.
Yeah, and even this, listen to this. About the bombardment of Baltimore, when not only did Lincoln suspend the writ, he ignored the Supreme Court, and when he was criticized in an editorial by a prominent Baltimore newspaper editor, he jailed him.
Right. So basically, Lindsay, what Kevin's saying is, during war, the president could.
All bets are off.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no. I think Americans are so they look at social media and it's just like this is always going to be there. I think that during a wartime, because you're seeing things like in Chicago, there's 30,000 people that showed up pro-Palestine, denouncing what's going on and denouncing Israel for the actions they're taking in Gaza. And there's literally 30,000 people there. And that's the kind of stuff during war that the president would not allow to happen.
No, like Lincoln imprisoned the mayor, the police chief, the entire board of police, and the city council of Baltimore.
So what we're saying is
Wow.
the president of
Yeah.
the United States can suspend your civil liberties. And they've done it before, and they will do it again. And all these people that organize based off TikTok and Twitter and Facebook, how easy would it be to organize 30,000 protesters if there is no social media?
Yeah, I mean, and look up. I mean, we kind of remember this from history class. The word copperheads. These were peace Democrats from the North. He wanted to put them in military prison and jail and military courts and tribunals.
Democrats in the North, right?
So right, and so the only other time recently that I would say this came up was after the War on Terror, and we had Guantanamo, and you've got people in federal custody that have not seen
in Cuba,
in
non-American citizens,
correct, and have not seen a courtroom.
Right.
since
In
9/11.
Cuba, but they're in Cuba.
Correct.
And they're not American citizens.
And that's what the Congress passed an act and said Americans have free access to courts.
right. They're not Americans.
Right. They're called enemy combatants. They're
Right.
in
They deal with
military.
through,
Right. It's really interesting. So, I mean, if you're a nerd about the law or about like things like the Civil War and habeas, which we are, it's a really interesting. And also, you have
and
to
judging by the number of people watching our show, not a lot of
decrease.
people are.
And the only last thing I'm going to say on it is that it also kind of it has to go complementary with potentially with martial law, but that's a whole other discussion. I just wanted to bring that up.
All right, let's. Hey, we got an author coming on next show, right?
We do.
Dick Wybrow.
He's a comedian, a writer, and likes to make spooky.
He's a comedian.
funny-
Awesome.
He's funny.
Because I got to ask him about this
There's
name.
one of his
There's a
books.
book.
I'm gonna say
Man.
Dick Wybrow wasn't the name Mama gave him. I'm just gonna run with that.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
gonna
pen name?
If it was though, it
I'm
would've
gonna
been
say
cool
Dick
as hell.
Wybrow's a cool as hell name. I would love to rename myself Dick Wybrow.
Let me just. Wow.
What?
I was just reading a little thing about his book here.
Okay.
Bitten by a man, a wolf becomes human. All right.
This is
He's a
tough.
6'7" French Canadian, but that's actually a recent development. Okay.
All right. So Dick Wybrow on the show Friday.
Yeah.
Halloween's
coming up.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up.
And then
And-
we're going to talk about Bigfoot next week.
Ooh,
on
on Halloween.
On
Steve
Halloween.
promises.
Okay.
Bigfoot. By the way, today I thought it was so funny. So not funny, but kind of sad. But this whole speaker thing. Before we shut down the show, I just wanted to mention that like they had a closed door candidate forum last night.
Yeah.
With the 9 people who are trying to become speaker. So that's something I would say. I can't wait to see what happens today. We'll see if we get a speaker. You need 217 votes. And here's Jim Banks railing about the fact, Jim Banks, Republican Indiana, wants to be the next senator.
Bless you.
Right? And wants to be a senator. He's in the House right now. Here's what Jim Banks had to say about last week.
There's nothing I've ever wanted more in this Congress than for Jim Jordan to be the Speaker of the House. He is the fighter that we need for our country. And what they're doing right now is walking the Republicans off the plank. We don't deserve the majority if we go along with a plan to give the Democrats control over the House of Representatives. It's a giant betrayal to our Republican voters.
I want nothing more than this random.
And I don't
dude.
believe that it was the one thing he wanted more than anything because he wanted to be whip. Yeah, so
This
I'm
is.
going
I've
up
never
there.
wanted anything
Why
more
would-
than this.
Why would he want to be anything? He's running for U.S. Senate. Like,
Well,
not-
he's just still, he's still
Well-
making the news. He wants to be.
Well,
in the
I
news.
guess you know
He
what.
wants to be relevant.
But to be wimp, you got to be in D.C. and he's going to be all over Indiana.
He
running
is.
for U.S. Senate.
This was This was before. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll see what happens. Will we have a speaker or not?
And then Dick Wybrow, just to follow up again for our guest on Friday, it's a thriller and a humor author, or depending on how many cups of coffee he's had, a humor and a thriller author. He lives in Auckland, New Zealand with his wife, 3 cats, and a very tiny dog. He will be in on Friday at 8 a.m. live from New Zealand to talk about a new book about a wolf bitten by a man that turns into a dog under moonlight. It hits shelves this December. Then don't forget to tune in on Halloween Day when our guest will be somebody who says that aliens really exist and he could prove it. More information on Friday's show.
Me.
Really?
No.
We're
But
going.
yeah.
Lockpod's turning.
We're
getting-
turning
we're
into
getting-
a
we're-
literary book club.
Well, that and we're kind of in the season now. It's almost Halloween, so
Yeah?
we're going to try to celebrate.
Tis
a little
the season.
Bit.
Then-
Tis the season to be spooky.
We're gonna have Santa on around Christmas.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call him.
Lindsay, can you decorate for Tuesday a little bit here? Like maybe you got some Halloween
with what
extra
money?
extra
What
Halloween.
money? We got money. Lockpod's got dough.
Got a couple bucks.
Yeah, just like a little strand of like skeletons or something.
You know,
Yeah.
Kevin freaking.
You want me to
charges us
bring
such
my
high rent.
own decor?
Yes.
Huge rent.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Lockpod Season 10, Episode 14. Another high-quality product we put out here. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Yeah, coming back on Friday with Dick Wybrow. I still don't think that's his real name, but he's from New Zealand. He's an
find
author, and we're going to talk about his experience of being a comedian and an author. So thanks, Lynn. It's great to see you, babe.
Peace out.
All right. Jay Vez, awesome job. Thank you, sir. Kevin Smith, The Compass. Thank you, sir.
You look good today in that tie.
I appreciate it. Dan Carden, use my good side, please, next time.
Make him look nice.
I mean, you could clip this times. You guys could clip this shot right here and use it in the future. You don't have to use my tie-dye shirt.
Just
I
hold
gotta-
still for 1 second. A good,
Okay,
good
ready?
quick screen grab.
John, ready?
Yep.
Make the pose meaningful. Like you're saying something you're passionate about.
Did you do it?
So
Did you do it?
funny.
Put it
Yes.
up. Let me see it.
That is so funny.
Let me see.
I can't put it on.
Look, that's perfect.
Isn't that great?
I love it.
Oh,
Dan, I just gave you a good shot. You don't have to use the tie-dye
Headshot.
anymore. Thank
Also, I think like is it possible that like Dan uses like if when you say a cuss word, maybe like start with the first letter and then a bunch of
It'd
asterisks?
make a lot.
Yeah,
Although this
well,
was a
that
fun
would
game.
take away the ad lib though.
It was a fun game.
Yeah, that was a
Guess
good
the
game.
guess the expletive.
Say that again. Say that 10
Guess
times.
the expletive.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening to Lockpod Season 10, Episode 14. Lockpod is out. See you on Friday with Dick Wybrow.
What an unfortunate presentation that just was.